Welcome to the National Stadium for Velocity Fest 10 as you get ready for what's expected to be an exciting afternoon. I'm Sean Grant here on Track Alert. The first event is a semi-final, the women's 100 meters. 4 lined up. Crystal Slowly should be in lane 3, Michael Moody in lane 4, Tony and Lindsay 5, and James Tucker in lane 6. The first of 2 semi-finals. The women's 100 meters, a lot of events on the day. So athletes going into their respective blocks. You see Slowly. Moody missing in action. So only 3 facing the starter. Set position, Gunn had sent them away. Great start from Tony and Lindsay on the inside. Crystal Slowly having a slight advantage, and it's slowly cruising, leaving Lindsay and Tucker behind. So it's going to be Slowly taking the top spot. 12.36 seconds. 12.36 for Slowly, and Lindsay is second at 12.51 seconds. Tucker is third, 12.71. Just a reminder, Michael Moody, formerly of UTEC, now attending GC Foster College, was missing in action. So times 12.35 seconds for Slowly. Lindsay second at 12.51 seconds. And in third, I'll tell you the time, Tucker, 12.71. Very far from her season's best. That's Slowly has a personal best of 11.48 seconds. Season's best of 11.96. Running 12.35 seconds. Just saving the energy for the final a little later on. The second semi-final will be coming up. Semi-final 2. In the meantime, shot put will be going on in lane 1, or 2, pardon me. Jodine Williams with a personal best of 11.32 seconds and a season's best of 11.54. In 3, Jura Levy, 11.06 seconds, a personal best. Running for the first time, first 100 meters for the season for Jura Levy. Kashika Cameron, she's in lane 4 from MVP. A personal best of 11.24 seconds, a season's best of 11.71. And Jura Levy from Legacy Athletics. In lane 5 from Sprintech, Sasha Lee Forbes with a personal best of 11.10 seconds, a season's best of 11.24 seconds. In 6, Ramona Burchell from Sprintech with a personal best of 11.03. And it should be her first 100 meters for the season. Shakura Wallace of MVP, a late find, you may say, not necessarily the youngest of the lot, but she took up track at the field a few years ago in her 20s. And she has progressed well. She improved last year to a personal best of 11.18 seconds, her first 100 meters this season. So just a reminder, Williams in 2, in 3, Levy. In 4, Cameron from MVP. In 5, Forbes of Sprintech. In 6, Burchell of Sprintech. And in 7, Shakura Wallace of MVP. So 6 facing the starter. Lanes 2 through to 7 being used for the first or second semi-final on the women's side. At the completion of the first semi-final, Slowly, 12 seconds on the board for Slowly as athletes going into their respective blocks. Semi-final 2, women's 100 meters. Levy, Cameron, Forbes, Burchell, and Wallace. Not to forget about Jodine Williams. The gun had sent them away. Brilliant start from Jura Levy as expected in the middle of the track. Cecily Forbes going well. And also Burchell. Burchell takes over. Full control on her outside. It's Wallace. It's going to be Burchell stopping the clock at 11.68 seconds. I think that Wallace finished second in that second semi-final. Burchell's time, 11.68 seconds. That's the official time. Wallace finishes second, 11.76. And Cecily Forbes third, 11.82 seconds. Cameron fourth, 11.94. So that's the top four in the women's 100 meters. So Burchell taking the top spot ahead of Shakura Wallace, who finished second. Sasha Lee Forbes finishing third, 11.82 seconds. And in fourth, in a very short while, as Ramona Burchell, 11.68. Wallace, 11.76. Sasha Lee Forbes, 11.82 seconds. Kashika Cameron, fourth, 11.94 seconds. And Jodie Williams finishing fifth, 12.04 seconds. And Jura Levy in sixth, 12.11 seconds. All other athletes have qualified for the final. Just a reminder, though, 2 semifinals on the women's side. And all of the athletes in semifinal 2 have advanced through to the final later this evening. So the next event on track, the men will take center stage. Now we had 2 semifinals on the women's side in the women in 100 meters. For the men, should be about 5 semifinals. I'm just checking through. I think about 5 semifinals on the men's side. The first one, athletes on the track. So in lane 1, Earl Simmons, GC Foster College. In 2 from MVP, Kareem Small. Simmons has a personal best of 10.69 seconds, a season's best of 10.85 seconds. Kareem Small is in 2 from MVP with a personal best of 10.69 seconds. In lane 3, Shani Smith of Racers has a personal best of 10.25 seconds and a season's best of 10.30. GC Foster College, Junior Grant has a personal best of 10.60 seconds, a season's best of 10.79. He is in lane 4. Yohan Blake of Titans should be in lane 5, just making sure he's there. I don't see him, though. I think he's missing in action, but he's scheduled to compete in the 100 meters in lane 5. The 2011 world champion may be missing in action with a personal best of 9.69 seconds. Shadik Hines of Sprintech, 10.12 seconds in 6. Season's best of 10.85. In 7, Davian Clark of Cameron Blazers has a personal best of 10.56, and that's his season's best. He is in lane 7. And Sanjay Samon, a personal best of 10.68 seconds, a season's best. That's his 10.68. He's in lane 8. So Yohan Blake, who was listed in lane 5, is missing in action. Just looking at the first heat of 5, the men's 100 meters. The second heat on the women's side showcased all of the athletes advancing through to the final, as the first semi-final was extremely slow, won by Slowly. Earl Simmons.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the
LRI Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Welcome back to the National Stadium, Velocity Fest number 10. You're watching Track Alert on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. On the first heat in the men's semi-final, 100 meters on the track. As we said before, in lane 5, should have been Yohan Blake, was missing in action when all athletes came out. However, he popped out and he's popped up. Yohan Blake is there. He's way behind everyone, though. Don't know why. Everyone lined up behind their respective blocks. But Yohan Blake is way behind. So he's there. Is he stretching? Just a line up once more. Smith. Earl Simmons in lane 1, representing GC Foster College. He's from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Small from MVP. Smith of Jamaica from Racers. Grant, GC Foster College. Blake, Titans. Hines, Sprintec. Clark, Cameron Blazers. And Salmon unattached. Athletes going into their respective blocks. Men's 100 meters semi-final 1. In the drive phase for Yohan Blake, all eyes are on Blake as he strides away from the field. It's Yohan Blake with about a 5-meter lead over the rest of the field. Should be Smith second, but Yohan Blake stops the clock at 10.56 seconds. That's the flash time for Yohan Blake. A Sunday stroll, you may call it. 10.56. 10.57 is the official time. And finishing second, I thought it was Smith, though, not on the board just yet in terms of confirmation from what I saw earlier on, but what we can tell you that Blake's time is 10.57 seconds. Smith, now Comashani Smith, 10.76 seconds, and Salmon is third, 10.83. And we look back on the race, Yohan Blake striding away, cruising, you may say. Effortless. Smith tried to go with him, but it was Yohan Blake. Smith ran 10.2 seconds. Looks like he's getting better this year. So the official time, Yohan Blake, 10.57 seconds, automatically qualifying for the final. Has a personal best of 9.69. Second, Ashani Smith, 10.76 seconds. In third, Sanjay Salmon, 10.83, pardon me. In fourth, Davian Clark, 10.94. In fifth, Chadwick Hines, 10.98. In 6th, Earl Simmons, 11.08. And in 7th, Junior Grant, 11.10. And in 8th place, Kareem Small, 11.30. That's 8 competitors in the first semi-final for the men's 100 meters. Coming up in the second of 5 semi-finals, men's 100 meters. Women only showcased 2. As we see the second semi-final, Justin Emmanuel, unattached in lane 1, has a personal best of 10.69 seconds. In lane 2, Shamar Horatio from Racers with a personal best of 10.69 seconds. In lane 3, Emery Barnes of Elite Performance has a personal best of 10.08, but a season's best of 10.47. In lane 4, Kadrian Goldson of GC Foster College has a personal best of 10.19 seconds. That's his season's best, 10.19. Titans' Javon Minzy is in lane 5 with a personal best of 10.02 seconds, a season's best of 10.43. In lane 6, you have Kevin Stone from Racers Track Club, has a personal best of 10.54 and a season's best of 10.77. In lane 7, Jaheim Holloway from Swept Track Club has a personal best of 10.69 seconds and a season's best of 11.04. And in lane 8, from Legacy Athletics, Aubrey Allen, who has a personal best of 10.61, his first 100 meters for the season. Just making sure. Lane 3, Emery Barnes is missing in action. So 7 facing the starter from our vantage point, as lane 3 is empty, which should have showcased Emery Barnes of Elite Performance. Semi-final 2, men's 100 meters. Athletes being asked to go into their respective blocks. Also missing Aubrey Allen from lane 8. So 6 facing the starter, not 7. An athlete certainly in lane 1, Justin Emmanuel, got up well, but in the middle of the track, Goldson and Minzy, and Goldson strides away from Minzy. As Goldson takes it 10.66 seconds. That is the man, Kadrian Goldson, who has a personal best of 10.19 set earlier this year. Cruises to 10.66 seconds. Javon Minzy finishing second, and 10.65 is the official time for Goldson of GC Foster College. Minzy's time is 10.72 seconds for second. And in third, Holloway, 11.17 seconds. So it's actually Emmanuel. The board switched to Emmanuel. Holloway finishes fourth, 11.17, and Stone fifth, 11.19. But Goldson takes semi-final 2, men's 100 meters. Kadrian Goldson, who has been informed this season, as ran 10.19 earlier this season. Can he better his time later in the final? And they may say it was effortless. From Kadrian Goldson, 10.65 seconds. He has automatically qualified for the final from semi-final 2. Javon Minzy has to wait. He is on the bubble, 10.72 seconds. For second, Justin Emmanuel, 11.17 seconds. For third, Jaheim Holloway, finishing fourth, 11.17 also. In fifth, Kevin Stone, 11.19. And that's sixth, 11.19. And in sixth, Shamar Horatio, 11.22 seconds. So Stone was fifth, Horatio was sixth, Aubrey Allen and Emery Barnes did not face the starter. 6 faced the starter in semi-final 2. Semi-final 3, we'll see lane number 1, Rashid Foster, with a personal best of 10.56 seconds and a season's best of 10.56. Wazim Williams, Elite Performance, personal best of 10.01, season's best of 10.88 seconds. In 3, Raheem Scott of Racers, 10.44 personal best, season's best of 10.76. Titans Jaziel Murphy is in lane 4 with a personal best of 10.17, a season's best of 10.24. Lane 5, Taekwondo Tracy from Swift Track Club has a personal best of 9.96 seconds, should be his first 100 meters for the season. In 6, Oblique Seville from Racers, 10.04 seconds, personal best, 10.29, season's best. Edward Clark from Legacy Athletics in lane 7 has a personal best of 10.33, season's best of 10.91. Dane McPherson of GC Foster College in lane 8, 10.35, a personal best, a season's best of 10.65 seconds. Looking, who's missing in action? Oblique Seville is there. We don't see Edward Clark. On the inside, Taekwondo Tracy also missing in action. Athletes on their marks. Semi-final 3, 100 meters. Gunn had sent them away. Oh, a recall. A break at the start. Let's see if anyone will be given the red card. In that second semi-final, though, I thought someone did false start in my estimation, but I was incorrect. But now we're in semi-final 3. Tracy not there. Edward Clark not there. Let's see what the officials will do. Is that a false start or a faulty starter? That's the big question for semi-final 3, the men's 100 meters. Haven't seen any movement from the officials to go over to the athletes. And no major discussions happening with the officials either. Semi-final 3 coming up. Hopefully they can get it on the way. Foster in lane 1 from Cameron Blazers. Williams, Elite Performance in 2. Raheem Scott in 3. Jaziel Murphy in 4 from Titans. Oblique Seville is in 6 from Racers Track Club. Dane McPherson, GC Foster College, is in lane 8. So I don't know if it's a technical problem. We don't know what the problem is at the present time, but the athletes are just warming up. As other events are happening. The high jump is happening. The long jump also there. So not only on the track, and don't kill us if we can't show you the field events at this present time. The concentration is on the track right now. Tisana Hickling on the long jump runway. Got the white flag. Don't see the distance as yet. So have to big up my good friend, Sir Foster. Athletes going into their respective blocks. The third semi-final, men's 100 meters. Gunn has sent them away. Oblique Seville gets out well and gets out, leaving everyone behind. Even Jaziel Murphy is in second position, but Oblique Seville takes it. 10.24 seconds for Oblique Seville. That's a flash time. 10.23 is official time for Oblique Seville. Jaziel Murphy, 10.47 seconds. If that stands for Oblique Seville, should be a season's best. Season's best before was 10.29 seconds. Now posting 10.23. Looking at the clock of the wind speed, Negative 0.8. 10.23 seconds for Seville. Murphy is second. So let me give you the official time for the 100 meters. Oblique Seville taking the top spot, qualifying automatically. 10.23 seconds. Murphy is second. 10.47. Dane McPherson is third. 10.84 seconds. And Wasim Williams is fourth. 10.87. So those are the four competitors in that heat. So Wasim Williams running a season's best of 10.87 seconds. Season's best before was 10.88. So Oblique Seville automatically advancing through to the final of the men's 100 meters. So So the next event on the chart, the men's semi-final. So Tisana Hicklin, 8.38 meters. She takes the lead with that jump a short while ago with 8.38 meters. Jodian Stewart is second in the women's long jump, 6.14. And in third, Melissa Walker, 5.70. 6.38, pardon me, not 8.38, but 6.38 for Tisana Hicklin. The next event on the track, semi-final 4. Malik Shepard in lane 1, 10.68, a personal best. Darian Skerritt in lane 2, 10.69. Tariq Wilson from Elite Performance has a personal best of 10.21 seconds. He's in 3. Antonio Watson from Racers in 4, 10.21. Akeem Blake of Titans in 5, who has looked impressive all season. 10.13, a season's and personal best. Emmanuel Archibald from Ricketts Performance, 10.22. He's in lane 6. And you have Sage Primus from GC Foster College, and he's in lane 7. Jordan James, unattached, in lane 8, has a season's best of 10.81 seconds. Personal best 10.61. This is semi-final 4. Looking for full field. Have to look out for Akeem Blake in lane 5, Antonio Watts in 4, Archibald in 6. Athletes on their marks. Semi-final 4, men's 100 meters. Gunn has sent them away. Oh, they've been called back. Have been called back for the full field of men's 100 meters. Malik Shepard, Mount Elite in 1. Skerritt from Titans in 2. Wilson, Elite Performance in 3. Watson in lane 4. He's from Racers. Blake of Titans in 5. Archibald from Ricketts Performance in 6, Primus of GC Foster in 7, and James, unattached, is in lane 8. Let's see what the officials will do. I gave you the results earlier on of the women's long jump. Tisana Hicklin taking the lead. After 3 attempts, she finally received the white flag, which put her in that lead. Going back to the track. So Primus out. Field down to 7. Gunn has sent them away. Oh, not again. Another recall. Another recall. This is another recall for this event. The men's 100 meters semi-final 4 was cut to 7 earlier on. What will happen this time around? The officials are meeting. As athletes walk back to their respective blocks. So before you had Shepard, Skerritt, Wilson, Watson, Blake, Archibald and James. Will the field be less at the end of the meeting of the officials? Will it cut to 6? That's a big question here. Men's 100 meters. Semi-final 4. We had Yohan Blake advancing to the final automatically by winning his heat. Oblique Seville also advancing through to the semi-finals, to the final, pardon me, after winning his heat. So once you win respective heats, so the 5 winners plus the 3 fastest times. So I'm looking, Tyreek Wilson should be in lane 3. Wilson is out. And the gun had sent them away. Again, another recall. Oh, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. This is frustrating. The field was cut to 6 a short while ago after Tyreek Wilson was taken out. The third recall. Primus was given the red card earlier on from GC Foster College. The second athlete was Tyreek Wilson. Will someone else get the red card at this meet? And in this semi-final 4, the penultimate semi-final, the men's 100 meters. So in the meantime, the long jump continues. Tisana Hicklin on the runway once again, looking for her 4th attempt, registering on her 3rd. She pulled out to that. She pulled out a red flag. So for Tisana Hicklin. So let's go back to the track. Hopefully the result, a decision has been made. I'm hoping, but it was cut down earlier on. As the officials are coming across once again. The field was cut to 6 after red cards were given to Primus and Wilson. So they're talking to Antonio Watson. The official is talking to Antonio Watson. So no card, I think, will be given. The field is still 6. And they had a word with Antonio Watson. So something was sent to Watson. We don't know what it was by one of the officials. And hopefully we can get semi-final 4 off and running. Watson and Blake, 2 talents to look out for, young talents to look out for. And the set position gun has sent them away once again. Akeem Blake gets out well and hits the front of the pack. Akeem Blake on his outside. Archibald is second. And here comes Watson finishing in second. And Akeem Blake takes it. Takes semi-final 4. 10.43 seconds for Akeem Blake. I thought that Watson came and took that second spot ahead of Archibald. Yes, he did. 10.49 seconds for Watson in second position. And in third, Archibald. His time not on the board just as yet. Now it comes 10.49 seconds. So Blake winning semi-final 4, the penultimate semi-final, and cruising through to take the top spot. Has looked impressive. That's Blake, 10.43 seconds, and Watson finishing in second position. And hopefully, so we give you the official time in a very short while, but we can tell you that Blake wins semi-final 4, 10.43. And Watson is second. So the 5th semi-final comes up. But what a semi-final that was, though. 2 red cards given. Now the official time comes up. 10:43, automatically qualifying through to the final, Akeem Blake. Antonio Watson, 10:49 in second. Emmanuel Archibald in third, 10:49. In fourth, Jordan James, unattached, 10:87. In fifth, you have Darion Skerritt from Titans, in a time of 10.89 seconds. In sixth, Malik Shepard from Mount Elite, 10.93. That was the field, was cut to 6. So it should be the final semi-final for the men's 100 meters. Up next, in lane 1, Leon Powell, unattached, has a personal best of 10.68 seconds. In 2, Demario Gollop of Ricketts Performance has a personal best of 10.61, a season's best of 11.05 seconds. In 3, Javon Rawlins of GC Foster College, 10.40 seconds. That's his personal best. And 10.90 is his season's best. In lane 4, you have Michael Campbell from MVP, has a personal best of 10.07, and this should be his first 100 meters for the season. Zarnell Hughes from Racers Track Club, 9.91 seconds. That's his personal best. His season's best is 10.15 seconds. In 6, Washington Brown of GC Foster College has a personal best of 10.42 seconds. This should be his first 100 meters for the season. In lane 7, Mazino Barrett of UW has a personal best of 10.48 seconds, a season's best of 10.61 seconds. And in lane 8, Dexter Leo Titans has a personal best of 10.06 seconds, and this should be his first 100 meters for the season. So the field is 7 as Leo Powell, who should have been in lane 1, is missing in action. So the field is down to 7. Gollop, Rollins, Campbell, Hughes, Brown, Barrett, and Dexter Lee in lane 8. I have to look in lane 5. Zarnell Hughes. Athletes on their marks. Gunn had sent them away. Brilliant start. This from Michael Campbell. Here comes Zarnell Hughes, but Campbell ahead of Hughes, but Hughes trying to peg him back, and he does just that. And it's going to be Zarnell Hughes ahead of Michael Campbell. 10.50 seconds for Zarnell Hughes. That's the flash time. 10.50 is the official time for Zarnell Hughes. Campbell finishes second in 10.64 seconds. And in third, we'll tell you in a very short while, but Hughes gets the top spot, 10.50. Campbell's second, 10.64. And Barrett third, 10.88 seconds. That is the semifinal 5. That's the result. And now we'll know in a very short while who are the finalists for the 100 meters. Hughes take the top spot, 10.50. Campbell is second, and Barrett finishes in third position. All 5 semifinals completed. Michael Campbell got a brilliant start, but here came Hughes. With every step he took, he caught the deficit and moved past Campbell to take the top spot, take semifinal 5. So Zarnell Hughes, 10.50, automatically qualifying. Michael Campbell, 10.64 seconds. Mazina Barrett finishes the third, 10.88. Washington Brown, fourth, 10.92 seconds. And before we go, though, Dexter Lee, fifth, 10.94. We're going to take a break here from the National Stadium. Our Velocity Fest number 10 continues on the grounds of Independence Park Limited.
LRI Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited now.
Stay with Trackalerts TV by clicking the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all our races, interviews, and exclusive content. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Hi, my name is Shelly-Ann Fraser, Olympic and World Champion. For your latest track and field news, log on to trackalerts.com. Trackalerts.com from start to finish.
Welcome back to the National Stadium for Velocity Fest number 10. And just to say that our coverage is brought to you by 7 Crave, save on gas and avoid restaurant lines. Download 7 Crave. We got you covered in Kingston, Ocherius, and Portmore. Get food delivery with priority from our partners KFC, Wendy's, Dragon Court, and so much more. So big up to 7 Crave. Our coverage is brought to you by 7 Crave. We just had the completion of the 100 meters, where Zanon Hughes won Heat 5, advancing through to the final. Next event on track is the 400 meters hurdles. Only 2 competitors we have here, Janeek Russell and Danielle Bromfield. So Janeek Russell from MVP has a personal best of 53.08 seconds. Danielle Bromfield, 58.07. Bromfield at a youth age was good in both the 400 flat and the 400 hurdles. Represented St. Elizabeth Technical High School and the girls and boys are the boys and girls track and field championships. At that age, under 19, under 20, she was a versatile athlete. 800, 400, 400 hurdles. She showed a lot of promise as a youngster. Not living up to the promise that she showed, but sometimes persons are late bloomers and a career is not over just as yet. Talented athlete. Both athletes for this 400-meter hurdles, Brownfield and Russell. So both doing the 400 hurdles for the first time this season. Both athletes getting gold medals in the World Indoors in Belgrade recently, that 4x4 team. Athletes on their marks. And the gun had sent them away. A strong start this from Bromfield. On the inside is Russell. Just a reminder though, for this women's 400 meters hurdles, only two competitors on the back stretch. Still Bromfield and Russell. And just basically based on the stagger, they're right there, shoulder to shoulder, you may say, although you don't see that on the television screen. But based on the stagger, you can't separate both athletes. Now Russell begins to make her move, cutting the deficit with about 150 meters to go. She's cutting the deficit with every step she makes and passes a Bromfield on her outside. She will carry the two athlete field in the home stretch. Still, Janeek Russell maintaining that advantage with the penultimate hurdle clear. But here comes Bromfield, not allowing to go too far. But Russell going over the final flight of hurdles. Russell maintaining that 3-meter lead over Bromfield and takes it. The women's 400 meters hurdles, stopping the clock at 56.39 seconds for Genevieve Jellyfish Russell, they call her. 56.40 is the official time, and Bromfield's time is 56.61 seconds. Only two competitors in that women's 400 meters hurdles final. So Russell, the favorite, taking the top spot, 56.40, and Bromfield second, 56.61 seconds. Both will have those times as their season's best as their first outdoor 400 meters hurdles. Discus throw is going on. Women's discus. High jump comes up at 6 o'clock. The 400 meters, the next event on the track for men. That should take place at 6:05 this afternoon. We focus on the long jump. So the men taking center stage on the long jump. As you look back on the race, then if it's Russell, just ahead of Bromfield. So the next event on the track should be the men's 400 meters. And you have A, B, both are seniors. And then A, B, also for men and women, the 400 meters. You have the women first though. The women come up at 6:05, just two heats, two sections, A and B. And then at 6:15, two sections on the men's side, A and B. Then about 6:30 will be the triple jump for men and women. Discus throw for men. That comes up also at 6:30. At 6:40, the 800 meters final on the men's side. At 7 o'clock, will be the 200 meters final for women. And then the 200 meters will, on the men's side, will have two sections, A and B and C. That's three sections. Well, let me count along. As I skipped, I thought it was two. It has increased to 3 to 4 because it goes up to D actually. And the 110 meters hurdles comes up at about 7:35 this afternoon on the men's side. And then The 100-meter hurdles on the women's side comes up at 7:45. No sections, a straight off final. The 100 meters final at 7:50 for women, and at 7:53 will be the men's 100 meters, final A and final B, and also final C. So 3 finals though, A, B, and C, the men's 100 meters. Let's check in to see. The start list not yet available. As we take a break from the National Stadium.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a extreme, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the
LRI Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Stay with Trackalerts TV by clicking the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all our races, interviews, and exclusive content. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Hi, my name is Shelly-Ann Fraser, Olympic and world champion. For your latest track and field news, log on to trackalerts.com. Trackalerts.com from start to finish.
Welcome back to Velocity Fest 10. Just a reminder though, our coverage is brought to you by 7 Crave. Save on gas and avoid restaurant lines. Download 7 Crave. We got you covered in Kingston, Ocharis, and Portmore. Get food delivery with priority from our partners KFC, Wendy's, Dragon Court, and so much more. That's 7 Crave. And a reminder what's going to be happening at the National Stadium next couple of days. You won't be seeing Foster competing though, but it will be the boys and girls track and field championships starting on Tuesday, ending on Saturday. And then the next week will be Carifta Games. Yeah, right here, the National Stadium in Jamaica, April 16 through to 18. Yeah, April 16 to 18, the Carifta Games. happening at the National Stadium. The last time it was held in Jamaica, it was at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. But now at the National Stadium. Next event on track is the women's 400 meters. That comes up next 7 minutes or so. And the athletes are out. Just warming up. They're sticking by time though. It's an official meet. A challenge meet. And tell you the lane assignments for Section A. The next event. Nanton of GC Foster College. Should be in lane 2. Samoya Campbell Johnson in 3. In 4, Shabani Nanda from MVP. In lane 5, Ashley Williams from Sprintech. In 6, Yannick McNeil from Sprintech. In 7, Anicia Richards, GC Foster College. And in lane 8, Kiefer Bailey from GC Foster College. So the men's long jump. David Tomlinson leads the men's long jump, 7.02 meters. Now, Julaine Walker, he has gone to the lead, 7.52 meters for Julaine Walker. And that should be a season's best. I'm looking on the wind gauge is down, but if the wind stands, that should be a season's best for Julaine Walker, 7.52. Archibald. Good effort from Emmanuel Archibald. And let's see. We're looking to see on the board to see the mark that comes up. Archibald's mark not up just as yet. .59 meters for Emmanuel Archibald. So 7.59. Only 3 competitors so far registering marks. And Sean D. Thompson is the next competitor on the runway in the men's long jump. He's diminutive, but he certainly can go a far way. He approaches the board, Sean D. Thompson. We're in the first round of the men's long jump. The white flag goes up. Yes, it does. Well, Sean D. Thompson, waiting to see his mark. Tajay Gale, the world champion, goes next. If you look on the runway, walking towards the camera, that is Tajay Gale. Sean D. Thompson's mark not yet posted on the board. But the world champion, Tajay Gale, is there. 7.32 meters for Sean D. Thompson puts him in third. We're in first round of the men's long jump. Tajay Gale has been doing some 100 meters this season. And the question is being asked, will he go back to defend his crown in Eugene? So on the runway now is Tajay Gale, the world champion. Looks left, looks right. He's also the sportsman of the year. What year he won. Gale approaches the board. Oh, that's like a long distance. Looking at the flag to see what flag would go up. It's a white flag. Let's see what will be his mark. Tajay Gale, the world champion. 7.59 is the lead mark so far. This is just the first round, only the first round. And Tajay Gale's mark not yet on the board. So we're awaiting the mark from Gail as Archibald leads 7.59. Walker is second, 7.52. Shawnee Thompson third, 7.32. And Tomlinson is fourth, 7.02. So only 4 competitors have jumped so far in this round. Tajay Gale, mark not on the board just yet. Daniel Austin and Riley and 7.97 for Tajay Gale. He takes the lead. So the wind was 2.6 actually. So it's good enough to put him in the top spot. 7.97 for Gale. Archibald is second, 7.59. Walker is third, 7.52. Thompson, fourth, 7.32. And fifth, Tomlinson, 7.02. Austin is the next athlete. Should be on the runway. In the meantime, the ladies are coming out for the 400 meters. So in lane 2, Odisha Nanton from GC Foster College, having a personal best of 54.18 seconds. Samoya Campbell should be in lane 3. Samoya Campbell Johnson, personal best of 53.22. Shabani Nanda from MVP in 4, 54.08. Ashley Williams from Sprintech is in 5, 52.87 seconds. We're talking about personal best. From Sprintech in 6 is Yannick McNeil, has a personal best of 52.88 seconds. Season best, 54.37. In lane 7, Anissa Richards of GC Foster College has a personal best of 54.82 seconds. And Kiefer Bailey of GC Foster College is in lane 8, has a time of 55.18 as her personal best and season's best. This is the first of 2 sections. Women's 400 meters. 7 facing the starter. Athletes standing behind their respective blocks, awaiting the instructions from the starter. He's comfortable on his rostrum. There'll be no asked to go on their marks. Nanton, Campbell Johnson, Nanda, Williams, McNeil, Richards, and Bailey. Women's 400 meters. This is section A. Strong start for McNeil on the outside. Also doing well is Richards of GC Foster College. But McNeil goes into another gear. Going along with her is Ashley Williams on her inside. But McNeil, she is in lane 6. She's trying to go by Bailey of GC Foster College. I said try. She has gone by her. And now on the shoulders of Richards. On the inside is Ashley Williams, who sits in second position. And Nanda in third. With about 200 meters to go, Ashley Williams makes her move, passing McNeil on her outside. She's trying to carry the field in the home stretch. Ashley Williams having now about a 3-meter lead. Trying to sneak into that second position is Nanda. But certainly McNeil is in second at the present time. But Ashley Williams bounces as she passes the tunnel and goes towards the line. About 50 meters to go. But sneaking through on the inside, that's in lane 2, is Nanton. Nanton goes through for second. But Ashley Williams takes it ahead of Nanton in second. 53.90 seconds for Ashley Williams. That's the flash time. Nanton of GC Foster finishing second, 53.90. Nanton in second, 54.39 seconds. And in third should be McNeil. It's not now it comes on the board, 54.82 seconds. Williams takes section A of the women's 400 meters. Nanton is second. We look back. As we look back on the race, as Ashley Williams, who made her move at about 220 meters to go to cut the deficit, which was made by Yannick McNeil, and she took over the race with about 150 meters, and you could call it was over by then. But one individual in lane 2, Nanton, was not giving up. She was coming from about 5th to 4th to 3rd, and then you look at it in second, passing McNeil to take that second spot. But Ashley Williams takes it ahead of Nanton, who sneaked through because no one saw her with about 80 meters to go. At that time, she made her move to finish in second, but it was Ashley Williams taking the top spot in 53.90 54.90 seconds. Nanton's time, 54.39 seconds in second and in third. Matt Neal, 54.82. Samoya Campbell, 55.28 seconds. Nanda in fifth, 55.56. In sixth, Anissa Richards, 55.90. And in seventh, Kiefer Bailey, 58.57. The long jump going on. Men's long jump as the next heat will be coming up in the women's 400 meters. Tajay Gale. Let's see what Gale has to offer us on his second attempt. 7.97 meters was his first. It was a positive 2 wind. And Tajay Gale, the world champion on the runway. Let's see what he has to offer. His second attempt, Gale. Hitting the board. I don't like what I saw, though, to be honest. His landing wasn't the greatest at all. He looked uncomfortable. I don't think it passed the 7.97 meters, though, to be honest. But let's go now to semi-final, or should I say, the final B on the women's 400 meters. In lane 2, Anthony Strawn has a personal best of 52.42 seconds. In 3, Rochelle Clayton from Elite Performance has a personal best of 52.55 seconds. Sharika Jacko Jackson in lane 4, 49.47, world champion and Olympic medalist in the 400 meters, bronze. Candice McLeod from UWI in lane 5. She has a personal best of 49.51 seconds. Rhonda White of Adidas, she is in 6 with a personal best of 51.28 seconds. And Tiffany James in lane 7 with a personal best of 51.02 seconds. No season best. So Sharika Jacko Jackson, an outstanding 400 meters athlete from Veer Technical, before going on to MVP, representing or repping Jamaica's colors at the World Championships and the Olympic Games, gaining bronze, gaining World Championship gold medal in the relays 4x4. But let's see. Women's 400 meters. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Strawn, Clayton, Jackson, McLeod, White, and James. 6 facing the starter. This is section B. have to look in lanes 4, 5, and 6. Gunn has sent them away. Candice McLeod gets out strong, so too on the outside, Tiffany James. And our inside Ronda White looks pretty relaxed, but Tiffany James looks strong on the back stretch. Now the move is being made by Candice McLeod on the back stretch. She's gained on Ronda White on her outside. They pass the entrance of the marathon tunnel, but Tiffany James has certainly striding away, having about a 2-meter lead of Candice McLeod, who's in second position. Then Sharika Jackson trying to sneak through on the inside. So too Anthony Strawn, who is in lane 2. That's the top 4 coming around the bend. Anthony Strawn on the inside, Sharika Jackson on her outside. So too Candice McLeod. Candice McLeod and Sharika Jackson and Anthony Strawn. That's the top 3. But Jacka Jackson's moving away from Candice McLeod. That's the top 2 in the women's 400 meters. It's Jackson taking the top spot, stopping the clock at 51.27 seconds for Sharika Jacka Jackson. That's the flash time. 51.27 for Jackson, ahead of Candice McLeod in second and Anthony Strawn in third. Jackson's official time is 51.29 seconds. Candice McLeod 51.78 seconds, and Strawn is third, 52.84 seconds. What a race we had a short while ago. This is section B of the women's 400 meters. Jackson's time 51.29, and McLeod finishing in second will give the time of all the athletes who competed in section B of the women's 400 meters. As we look back on the replay, Jackson having all in control. Strawn making her move with about 200 meters to go. Sneak through on the inside. At one point was in second, but the strength of Candice McLeod took over that second position. But the speed of Jacka Jackson carried her home to glory in section B of the women's 400 meters. Strong performance from Sharika Jackson. A very strong performance indeed. White in fourth, 53.11. James in fifth, 53.50. Tiffany James went out strong and did not finish in that order. Now we have the results of all the competitors. Sharika Jackson first, 51.29 seconds. That's her season's best. And Candice McLeod is second, 51.78. Her season's best. Anthony Strawn third, 52.84. Ronda White in fourth, 53.11 seconds. Tiffany James finishes fifth with a time of 53.50, and Rochelle Clayton sixth with a time of 54.07 seconds. Season's best for Rochelle Clayton. So that was the second section, section B of the women's 400 meters. Now it's time for the men to take center stage. The first section coming up. Looking, and Jorge Felix Lorenzo in lane 1. From Puerto Rico, from New Era, GC Foster College from Roy Miller is in 2, 47.99 seconds. Felix time is 47.58 seconds. And Bovell McPherson from Racers Track Club, he's in 3, 45.97 seconds. A standing athlete from Homewood Technical, OJ Jackson, GC Foster College, is in 4, 47.02. And in lane number 5, Keno Burrell of Racers has a personal best of 46.14, but he's missing in action though on a 5 competitors, lanes 1 through to 4 and also 7. In lane 7, Asani Wilson of Titans has a personal best of 47.99 seconds. It's only 5 facing the starter in this heat. So Jorge Felix Lorenzo in 1. Miller is in 2. McPherson 3. Jackson in 4. And in lane 7, you have Wilson. Athletes being asked to go into their respective blocks. This is section A of the men's 400 meters. Set position, and the gun has set them away. Bovell McPherson gets out well, so 2 out in lane 7. That's Wilson, and on the outside of Bovell McPherson is Jackson. McPherson and Jackson doing well on the back stretch. On the inside of McPherson is Miller. And way behind is Lorenzo. 5 in this field. McPherson gaining on Jackson. That's the top 2 at the present time. They have certainly surpassed Wilson in lane 7. Bobby McPherson taking over this heat. This is section A of the men's 400 meters. McPherson of racers having about a 3-meter lead. This over Jackson on his outside. He's extending that lead. But here comes the man in lane 7, Wilson, trying to sneak in that second position. But Bobel McPherson cruises down, takes section A of the men's 400 meters, stopping the clock at 48.39 seconds for Bobel McPherson. That's the flash time. The official time not on the board just yet. Now it comes 48.38. That's the official time. Wilson is second, 49.16 seconds. And in third is Jackson, 49.27 seconds. That's the top 3 in section A of the men's 400 meters. Lorenzo finishes fourth, 49 on the board. We'll tell you that in a very short while. 49.94. Miller fifth, 50.10 seconds. On the 5 facing the starter. Our 5 who faced the starter, not facing, but faced in that first men's 400 meters. That was section A. Section B comes up. So there should be 7 in this field. Focusing on the high jump. Failing to clear. So we go back to the track. Or the second section, this is section B of the men's 400 meters. So Murray, Yannick is his first name from GC Foster College, is in 1. Liebird, unattached, is in 2. Did not see a competitor. Should have been Terry Thomas. Should have been in lane 3. He's from Racers. And at 4, Kanye Slater from Sprintech. 5, Javier Brown from Racers. And in 6, Zandrian Barnes of GC Foster College. In 7, Anthony Cox of Racers. And then 8, Blaine Buckle from UWI. So the 7 competitors standing behind their respective blocks. Just a reminder, though, Murray has a personal best of 47.99. He's in lane 1. Liebird in lane 2 has a personal best of 47.44 seconds. In lane 4, Slater of Sprintech has a PB of 46.15 seconds. And in lane 5, Brown, formerly of Jamaica College, he's now repping the Racers banner, has a personal best of 45.75 seconds, a season best of 47.12. Barnes of GC Foster College, he's in lane 6, has a PB of 45.99 seconds. And Cox of Racers is in 7, 45.79, and Buckle of UWI in 8, 47.99 seconds. Athletes on their marks. Section B of the men's 400 meters. Strong start there, coming from Barnes of GC Foster College. On the outside of Barnes, Anthony Cox feeling the presence and goes into another gear and passes Buckle on his outside. But gaining on Cox is Zandrian Barnes. That's the top 2 at the present time. The inside of Barnes is Javier Brown of Racers. But the man from GC Foster College, Zandrian Barnes, has a slight advantage with about 150 meters to go. But Cox not allowing him to go too far. Here it's shoulder to shoulder coming around the bend. But Barnes are carrying the field in the home stretch. Zandra and Barnes now moving away from Anthony Cox. That's the top two in section B of the men's 400 meters. Zandra and Barnes. But here comes Cox cutting the deficit. Barnes and Cox. It's going to be Cox, I think, gets a better. Barnes. It's close, 46.13 seconds. A blanket finish between Anthony Cox and Zandra and Barnes. But I thought, though, that Cox came through. Yes, he did, to take the top spot in section B. 46.13 seconds for Cox. Barnes' time, 46.18. And in third, we tell you in a very short while, Slater finishes third, 46.71 seconds. Brown is fourth, 47.06 seconds. Buckle is fifth, 48.05. And Murray is sixth, 48.24 seconds. Liebert finishes seventh, but Cox was not giving up any at all as he fought back. Got the better of Zandra and Barnes, who passed him with about 150 meters to go. And Cox rallied with about 60 meters to go. Got the better. On the line, got the better of Barnes. So Cox time is 46.13 seconds. That's a top time. That's a placing. In second, Barnes of GC Foster College, 46.18 seconds. Slater from Sprintech finishes third, 46.71. Brown of Racers fourth, 47.06. UWI's Buckle fifth, 48.05 seconds. In sixth, Murray of GC Foster College, 48.24. And Liebert seventh with a time of 50.09 seconds. Terry Thomas failed to meet the starter. We take a break here from the National Stadium.
Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you are vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast.
Stay with Trackalerts TV by clicking the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all our races, interviews, and exclusive content. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Hi, my name is Shelly-Ann Fraser, Olympic and world champion. For your latest track and field news, log on to trackalerts.com. Trackalerts.com from start to finish.
The long jump still going on with all competitors having at least 5 attempts under their belt. Seemingly led by the world champion, Tajay Gale, 7.97 meters. Archibald is second. But looking on the next event on track, in lane 3 should have been Tyrese Taylor, but that's not Tyrese Taylor. Banton should have been in 2. I'm suspecting they moved Banton from 2 to 3. But in 4, Derek Luke of GC Foster College has a personal best, 1:49.06. Fabian O'Neill Campbell is in 5. In 6, Taj Leon Wisdom from GC Foster College with a personal best of 1:52.98 seconds. Campbell's time 1:51.49. That's the men's 800 meters going. Luke on the outside is Gordon of GC Foster College. On the inside of Gordon is Wisdom. And Wisdom and Gordon are the top 2 at the present time. Gordon just in front of Wisdom. And in 3rd, Luke. So Gordon, Wisdom, and Luke, the top 3 in the men's 800 meters. Gordon from GC Foster College. Wisdom from GC Foster College, and Luke from GC Foster College. In 4th is Fabian O'Neill Campbell as they come around the front stretch. O'Neill Campbell now makes his move and goes by Luke, slipping into that 3rd position and challenging Wisdom for that 2nd position. He does just that and moves by Gordon for that 1st position. The bell lap, 52 seconds for the first lap of this men's 800 meters. Fabian O'Neill Campbell has a personal best of 1:51.19 seconds and a season's best of 1:51.18. Is moving well on the back stretch, being tracked somewhat. This by Luke. Your top 2 in the present time. With about 220 meters to go to close out the men's 800 meters. Fabian O'Neill Campbell moving through, having about a 2-meter lead of Luke, who's in 2nd position. GC Foster's Wisdom and Gordon in 3rd and 4th respectively. And going back to the top of the pack now, the front stretch has turned into home. The move is now made by Luke. Luke has a personal best of 1:49.08 seconds, takes the lead and striding away from O'Neill Campbell. Campbell, who had the lead at the end of the first lap, has to settle for 2nd because Derek Luke takes the top spot, stopping the clock at 1:50.42 seconds. This is for Danick Luke. He has a personal best of 1:49.08, close to his personal best, 1:50.42 seconds. His first 800 meters, Danick Luke coming through to take the top spot. He's from GC Foster College. The flash time goes, and we get the official time in a very short while. So just ahead of Fabian O'Neill Campbell in 2nd, and Wisdom and Gordon from GC Foster College in 3rd and 4th, respectively. And Banton finishes at the back of the pack. So the results not on the board just yet. We'll give you Tajay Gale is now on the runway. I think for his final jump though, the world champion. As no results come up just yet. The official results have come up just as yet. But we look now on the runway of the long jump. Tajay Gale is 6th and final jump of Tajay Gale. His final jump. He leads the men's long jump, the mark of 7.97 meters. Gil. Speed. Hits the board. Oh, that looks... Let's look at the flag. Let's look at the flag. He comes out of the pit. Let's look at the flag. It's the white or red. And it's a white flag. Did not see it raised though. But can tell you that much. Wait the distance of Tajay Gale. In terms of his attempts, first attempt 7.97 meters, a wind a positive 2.6. Second attempt 6.98, a positive 1.1 wind, and 7.84 meters. That's the 6th and final jump, and the wind 0.9. His 5th jump was a no jump, and his fourth 7.97, and the third was a foul. There's a 2 foul in his series. Tajay Gill 7.97 ending. That was his first attempt, and his fourth attempt actually 7.97. So his first and fourth attempts had the same reading measurement of 7.97. Emmanuel Archibald finished second at 7.93 meters. Looking at his series, his first attempt 7.59 meters, second 7.59, his third 7.61 meters, his fourth 7.86 meters, his fifth 7.93, and his sixth 7.78 meters. That was his series. Emmanuel Archibald taking second in the men's long jump. The series for Sean D. Thompson, who finished third with a mark of 7.92 meters. In his first attempt, 7.32 meters. His second showcased 7.82 meters. His third, 7.92. His fourth, 7.89 meters. His fifth, 7.56. And his sixth was a foul attempt. We take a break here from the National Stadium. The next event on track will be the 200 meters.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we.
Stay with Trackalerts TV by clicking the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all our races, interviews, and exclusive content. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Hi, my name is Shelly-Ann Fraser, Olympic and World Champion. For your latest track and field news, log on to trackalerts.com. Trackalerts.com from start to finish.
Welcome to LRI Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Welcome back to the National Stadium, Velocity Fest 10. You're listening, or should I say, you're watching Track Alert as we are ready for, not necessarily ready, the next event on track, the women's 200 meters. Scheduled time is 7 o'clock, and we're about 8 or so minutes, 10 minutes away from that time. So the athletes are over by that side. They have not actually pulled off their sweats just as yet. They're stretching and warming up. But lane assignments we have here is Melaine Walker in lane 1. 23.46 seconds is her personal best. Rhonda White should be in 2. Don't know if she's going to run the 200 after running the 400 meters earlier on. She's in 2 though, 23.20 seconds. Jodine Williams ran the 100 earlier, 22.88 seconds. That's her personal best. She should be in lane 3. In lane 4, Natasha Morrison from MVP with a personal best of 22.74 seconds. In lane 5 from MVP, Stephanie Ann McPherson has a PB of 22.90 seconds. Renisha McGregor of Athletics Academy has a personal best of 22.99 seconds. She is in lane 6. In lane 7, Anastasia Leroy has a PB of 22.85 seconds. She's from Sprintech. She's in lane 7. And in 8, Jura Levy from Legacy Athletics having a PB of 22.76 seconds. Looking across, I see Jura Levy though, in lane 8. She ran the 100 earlier. So looking at the rest of the field, we'll give you some results of the long jump won by the reigning world champion, Tajay Gale. We're talking on the men's side. And the discus and the high jump finished. The men's discus will take center stage in a very short while. The women's discus is finishing now, or finishing up. As just to say that we're going to give you some results. Has been a splendid meet so far this evening. In terms of results, we have here the high jump for men. Lushane Wilson cleared the bar 2.10 meters. He took the top spot. Horatio Humphreys was second, cleared the bar at 1.95 meters. And Xavier Alexander third, clearing the bar at 1.90. He's from Calabar. Humphreys from GC Foster College. And Lushane Wilson also played some basketball at the youth level. 2.10, has a personal best of 2.21 meters. Did about a week or so ago, or 2 weeks ago. He cleared the bar at 2.21. That's the men's high jump. The women's long jump was won by Tisana Hicklin of Ricketts Performance with a distance of 6.38 meters. Far from her personal best, 6.82. She has jumped 6.60 meters this season, but 6.38 was all it took for her to win the women's long jump. Jordan Stewart of MVP was second, 6.14 meters. Pretty far from her personal best of 6.31 and Caesar's best of 6.31. Melissa Walker of MVP was third with a mark of 5.70, and she has a PB of 6.02 meters as the women's long jump took place earlier on this afternoon. Men's long jump was won by Tajay Gale, the reigning world champion, with a mark of 7.97 meters. In fact, he jumped registered 7.97 twice in his series. The first and the fourth jumps. He had two no jumps, two red flags lifted. Tajay Gale always worried about his speed, and persons are worried about his speed though, in terms of his run up to the board. But he has it under control so far this season. Emmanuel Archibald was second with a mark of 7.93 meters, and he jumped his series showcase 7.59 twice, his first and the second jumps. Third jump 7.61, fourth 7.86, and the fifth he registered 7.93 meters. In his final attempt, 7.78 meters to close out his series. In third, Sean D. Thompson had a mark of 7.92 meters, and that 7.92 was his third jump. It was right behind Emmanuel Archibald, 7.93. In fact, his series showcased 7.32 on his first attempt. His second was 7.82. The third was a 7.92. His fourth was 7.89. His fifth, 7.56 meters, had a no jump for his final attempt. Julian Walker was fourth with a measurement of 7.65 meters and had his series showcase 7.52, 7.24, 7.49, 7.44, 6.94, and his final attempt 7.65 meters, which pushed him in that fourth position for the men's long jump. The shot put on the men's side happened earlier on. Moses Parkinson from GC Foster College, he took the top spot with a mark of 17.22 meters, which was his season's best. Earlier, season's best was 16.95 meters. We surpassed that. In second, Chad Wright, throwers are us, 16.70. That was the second mark. In fact, his season's best is 7.18 meters. Third was Neil Collins of Throwers Are Us with a mark of 14.34 meters. And Dane Richards was a no-show for this event. That's a men's shot put. That was the final. In terms of other field events, we had the 400 meters, 100 meters happened earlier on. The finals will be later on, the 400 meter hurdles. Then the discus women. Shade Lawrence of Julian Throwers, who has a personal best of 67.05, registered 62.19 for a meet record. 62.19, a meet record, not her season's best by any means. Her season's best is 63.94 meters. But congratulations to Shade Lawrence for that meet record of 62.19 meters. She took the top spot on the women's side. And Samantha from Throwers Are Us was second, 58.01 meters. And in third, Shamila Donald, 48.15 meters. Ashanti Shania Wright did not actually start in the women's discus event. And Samantha Mercedes Hall, who was second with that mark of 58.01 meters. That's a women's discus throw. And the high jump on the women's side, Kimberly Williamson took the top spot with a mark of 1.81 meters. Second was Anishka McDonald with a mark of 1.78 meters, which is her season's best, equaled her season's best of 1.78 meters. And Ramona Hilton was third in the women's high jump, 1.75 meters. Only three competitors in the women's high jump, 1.75 for third. So the 400 meters took center stage. On the 200 meters will get on the way next 3 minutes. And the triple jump should be starting now. And that's on the women's side. Women and men. And discus throw for men is going on. Travis Michael, meet record, 64.85 meters. Frederick Dakers is second, 64.45. Both are Jamaica. Chad Wright is third, 58.95 meters. So three competitors in the men's discus ongoing as we speak. So 64.85. Dakers now with the meet record. It was 64.85 meters. Dakers threw a short while ago, and he threw 65.41. So the meet record has been broken not once but twice so far, and the discus event is still going on. So Dakers has gone 65.41. Not far from his season's best of 65.72, the national record holder with a mark of 70.78 meters. That's Frederick Dakers, World Youth and Junior Champion. And next event on the track, women's 200 meters. So Elaine Walker, looking on the field though, there's no one in lane 8. I thought I saw Drew Lever earlier on. Anastasia Leroy is in 7. Ronisha McGregor in 6. In 5, Stephanie Ann McPherson. In 4, Natasha Morrison. And in 1, Elaine Walker. So I only see 5 competitors for the women's 200 meters. Elaine Walker in 1. In 4, Natasha Morrison, Stephanie Ann McPherson, Ronisha McGregor and Anastasia Leroy. Athletes going into their respective blocks. Women's 200 meters. Only one heat. Walker. Gunn had sent them away. Oh, it's a recall. It's a recall. And Elaine Walker, though, she came out of the block slow, and then she realized that persons were still going, and she started to go. Then she had to be stopped after about 30 or 40 meters. So they take their sweet time to start over this race. So with 5 competitors, Walker in lane 1, Olympic and world champion in the 400 meters hurdles, 2008, 2009. Elaine Walker, who was an excellent athlete from the primary level, coming up in the secondary division, or secondary level at school, as an outstanding athlete, did the 200 meters, the 100 hurdles, before she was switched to the 400 meter hurdles by then coach of St. Jago High School, the school she attended, Raymond K.C. Graham, the latter years, to the 400 meter hurdles, where she engraved her name in the history books as she went on to college and then to represent Jamaica on the senior level at the Olympic Games in Beijing and the World Championship the year after. National record holder in the 400 meter hurdles. She has been trying the 100 meters hurdles. We saw her last year doing the 100 meters hurdles, was improving but was far from the rest, as Jamaica's field has gotten competitive in that event. Has always been, though, from the days of Gillian Russell, who won 2 World Junior titles. Athletes going back in their blocks. Women's 200 meters. Walker, Morrison, Stephanie-Ann McPherson. You have McGregor and Anastasia Leroy. And again, a second recall. Oh my word. A second recall for the women's 200 meters. And Shanika Ricketts on the runway for the women's triple jump. She's just warming up, actually. And the discus going on the right-hand side. So 3 respective events. Triple jump about to start. Men's discus going on. Frederick Dakers took over the lead from his training partner, Travis Michael. Both went to Calabar. Both went to University of the West Indies. Both trained together at the Usain Bolt track. So hopefully we can get the women's 200 meters on the way. Is that a red flag in lane 5? I'm checking to see if somebody got a red card. Stephanie McPherson is in lane 5, so I'm not sure. Did she get the red card? The official went over to the box at 5. So I'm thinking maybe she got the red card. We'll tell you in a very short while, though you confirm in a very short while. Now, who we see Elaine Walker, we see Natasha Morrison, Ronisha McGregor is there, and Anastasia Leroy. We don't see Stephanie-Ann McPherson, who was in lane 5. Starters or the officials are just looking. Make sure they made the right decision, if a decision was made. So she's gone. Stephanie-Ann McPherson given the red card. So the field now cut to 4. Morrison, McGregor, Leroy, and Walker. Athletes once again in their blocks. And finally, we have a start, and a brilliant start this is, by McGregor. McGregor now going by Anastasia Leroy on her outside, and that Natasha Morrison in the middle of the track is in second at the present time. Natasha Morrison now goes to the top of the pack and passes the entrance, the McDonald Tunnel, having a 3-meter lead over McGregor. It's Natasha Morrison taking the women's 200 meters to the 3.06 seconds. I will see Elaine Walker strolling in for fourth, but 23.06 seconds for Natasha Morrison. 23.05 is the official time for Natasha Morrison. Ronisha McGregor finishes in second position. Her time not on the board just yet. Now it comes, 23.14 seconds, and Leroy is third, 23.35. And Walker's time, 25.78 seconds for fourth. So only 4 competitors, as Stephanie-Ann McPherson getting the red card. Finishing third at the World Indoor Games in the 400 meters, Stephanie-Ann McPherson. And gaining a gold in the 4x4. World Indoors in Belgrade recently. So that's the women's 200 meters. Now for the men's 200 meters coming up. A and B, C, D. 4 heats we see, or 4 sections. So give you the official time for the women's 200 meters. As it comes up on the board, Natasha Morrison, 23.05 seconds, a season's best for Morrison, taking the top position. Ronisha McGregor, 23.14 seconds for second. Anastasia Leroy third, 23.35, a season's best for Anastasia Leroy. Elaine Walker fourth, 25.78 seconds. So it was the women who took center stage. Now it's time for the men. Section A coming up. Elaine Thompson, Mount Elite, should be in lane 2. David Clark of Cameron Blazers should be in 3. Jaheim Holloway of Swept Track Club in 4, 21.22 seconds. That's his personal best. Andre Dakers of GC Foster College in 5. You have Rajay Morris, Smooth Athletics in 6. And Keyshawn Thomas from Mount Elite in 7. And Aubrey Allen of Legacy Athletics is in lane 8 as we take a break.
Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Welcome back to the National Stadium. Velocity Fest 10, the first section of 4 in the men's 200 meters, 7 facing the starter. Thompson from Mount Elite 2. You have Clark, Cameron Blazers 3, Holloway Swept in 4. You have Dakers, GC Foster in 5, Morris Smooth Athletics in 6, Thomas from Mount Elite in 7, and Allen Legacy Athletics in lane 8. Athletes going into their respective blocks. And it seems like something is wrong there in Lane 3, Davian Clark. Not looking comfortable at all. Everyone was going into their blocks except for Davian Clark. So they're being asked to go back into their respective blocks once again. Section A, men's 200 meters. Clark goes into his blocks this time around. Thompson, Clark, Holloway, Dakers, Morris, Thomas, and Allen. Gordon had sent them away. Stumbling through is Allen on the outside, but moving well. It's Morris, but also Dakers. Dakers with a slight advantage. Roy J. Morris on the outside, but sliding through now is Davian Clark in second position. On the outside of Clark is Holloway, but it's seemed like going to be Roy J. Morris. So Holloway gets it ahead of Roy J. Morris. 21.18 seconds. 21.18 for Holloway ahead of Roger Morris, formerly of Clarendon College. 21.19 seconds for Holloway. Morris is second, 21.23, and Clark is third, 21.42 seconds. Holloway is the winner of Section A of the men's 200 meters. So Holloway made it late, as Roger Morris, a talented 200 meters athlete from high school days. He's left high school now, just 1 year. He finishes second. Holloway, however, takes the top spot and went by Clark, who had some problems in his blocks. As you look back on the race, though, Davian Clark was leading with about 70 meters to go. Roger Morris was just alongside him. And then here come the winner. Holloway, like a runaway train, went by Davian Clark on his inside, Roger Morris on his outside. Morris went along with him, but could not pass him. As he went over the line in the top position, Holloway takes it. And 21.19 seconds, the time for Holloway. So Jaheim Holloway, 21.19 seconds. A personal best for Jaheim Holloway. His personal best before was 21.22 seconds. So personal best for Jaheim Holloway. Roger Morris, 21.23 seconds in second. Davian Clark in third, 21.42. Also a personal best for Davian Clark in third position. Aubrey Allen in fourth with a time of 21.69 seconds. And Dakers was fifth, 21.71 seconds. And in sixth, you have Keyshawn Thomas of Mount Elite with a time of 22.24 seconds. And in seventh was Elaine Thompson of Mount Elite with a time of 22.78 seconds. A reminder, seven faced the starter in Section A of the men's 200 meters. The next event is coming up on the track. That's Section B. Should have Blaine Buckle of UWI in 2. I don't see Buckle though, to be honest. And O'Shane Bailey should be in 3. He's from Sprintech. In 4, Legacy Athletics, Anthony Carpenter, formerly of Calabar High. In 5, Rashid Foster of Cameron Blazers. In 6, Taekwondo Tracy was down to run the 100 meters earlier on, was missing in action. 20.34 seconds. That's his personal best. Jalen Dad of MVP is in 7. And in 8, Junior Grant of GC Foster College. I am looking at the field though. So in 5. So I don't see Taekwondo Tracy though. They're lane 6. Lane 5 is there in terms of Rashid Foster. And looking back in lane 3, O'Shane Bailey, Anthony Carpenter is in lane 4. So Section B of the men's 200 meters. So as we look at the athletes going into their respective blocks, 8, 7, 5. So Grant, Dad, Tracy's missing again, Foster, Carpenter, and O'Shane Bailey. Athletes on their marks. Oh, another recall, 5 facing the starter, another recall we have on our hands. Oh my word, that Grant, Foster, Carpenter, and Bailey. So what will happen? Earlier, Stephanie McPherson was in lane 5, got the red card, had to depart. In the women's 200 meters, only had one section. The men having 4 sections. This is the second section of 4.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast.
The men's 200 meters, still 5 facing the starter. This is section B. God has sent them away. Dat and Grant on the outside, but moving well is Shane Bailey and Carpenter. Bailey and Carpenter start to sneak through on the inside. On the outside is Grant. Grant had the lead, but we talked about Carpenter and Bailey. Carpenter and Bailey. Bailey just ahead of Carpenter, and Carpenter seems like he's tying up, but Shane Bailey takes it. 20.98 seconds for Shane Bailey. That's a flash time ahead of Carpenter in second. 20.98 seconds, the official time for Shane Bailey, ahead of Anthony Carpenter. 21.01 seconds in that second position. And in third, I think Grant caught that third. It's not on the board just yet. It's not official. But one thing we can say that Bailey took section B of the men's 200 meters, 20.98 seconds. Carpenter second, 21.01. And Dad finishing in third, 21.37 seconds for Dad. Grant faded into fourth, 21.43. And Foster finished in fifth. Anthony Foster's time in a very short while. Not Anthony Foster, though, can't tell you that much. But Rashid Foster, 21.54 for Foster. Yes, indeed. So that is section B of the men's 200 meters. Section C coming up. The javelin throw is to our left. It's also ongoing. We'll give you updates on that as it progresses. But the next event on the track is section C of the men's 200 meters. Leopold, unattached, should be lane 2. Darian Kasim Skerrit from Titans should be in 3. Julian Walker from Ricketts Performance, or Jelaine Walker, should say, in 4. Demish Gay of Sprintech should be in 5. Edward Clark, Legacy Athletics, in 6. Samuel Smith of MVP in 7. Elaine McPherson in lane 8, he's from GC Foster College. Demish Gay has been national champion in the 400 meters more than once. Youngster who went to high school, did not do track at the field, was discovered while at a community college in Manchester. And the coach who saw him at Knox Community College called Maurice Wilson right away, and in no time he was transferred to GC Foster College. So when he started competing at the college level, he had no experience whatsoever, but he became an intercollegiate champion competing for GC Foster College, and soon after a national champion. Was looking on the field though for the third. Lane 5 is Demish Gay. 4, Jelaine Walker. And in 7, Samuel Smith. Section C, men's 200 meters. Gunn has set them away. You see Smith gets out well on his inside. Demish Gay and Walker. So Demish Gay on the inside, so to Walker. That's the only three competitors in this heat. You see the knee lifts of Demish Gay alongside Walker. But Demish Gay is still having a half a meter lead over Walker. And he will take section C, 21.14 seconds. That's the official time, 21.14 for Demish Gay. Walker is second, 21.35 seconds. And in third is Smith, the time of 21.97 seconds. On the three competitors in section C of the men's 200 meters. So Gay 21.14 working on his speed as his style of knee lifts going down the straight. That's his trademark. You see him from a mile out. Section D coming up. Men's 200 meters. As you look back on the race, Demish Gay took full control though. He looks pretty relaxed as he comes down the straight. He took the lead with about 50 meters to go. Had a half a meter lead and was comfortable coming down. And then he began to move away as he went across the line to take section C of the men's 200 meters. So the final heat coming up, Rowan Watson, unattached in lane 2, has a personal best of 21.50 seconds. Malik James King from Legacy Athletics should be in lane 3 with a personal best of 21.38 seconds. Javon White of GC Foster College in 4, 21.13. Shadik Hines of Sprintech in 5, 20.49 seconds. Miguel Francis of Racers Track Club in 6 has a personal best of 19.88 seconds. Mazina Barrett of UWI should be in lane 7, 21.25 seconds. That's his personal best. We have not seen a full field for the 200 meters as yet. This should be the final heat. A reminder though, we close out at 8 o'clock. So 40 minutes to go. The 100 meter final comes up later on. Women and men. And in the meantime, looking at the athletes, lane 6, Miguel Francis is there. In 5, Shadik Hines is also there. And should be Watson and Malik James King. So 4 facing the starter for the final section, the men's 200 meters. So lanes 2 and 3, and 5 and 6. 2 and 3 is Watson and Malik James King, respectively. And Shadik Hines and Miguel Francis also there. From Miguel Francis, the favorite to take this section, he is in lane 6. And the gun has sent them away. Already we see Miguel Francis going away from Hines and also James King and Watson. Miguel Francis with about a 4 meter lead before he goes around the bend. Still, you see the man that has gone under 20 seconds cruising on the home stretch, having about a 5 meter lead. This over Hines, who is in second position. He stops it before he goes over the line. 20.65 seconds for Miguel Francis ahead of Shadik Hines in second. Malik James King finishes third and Watson fourth. 20.66 seconds for Francis. Hines in second, 21.40 seconds. Malik James King in third, 21.68 seconds. And in fourth is Watson, 22.04 seconds for faced the starter in the men's 200 meters. As they came around the bend, it was a Sunday stroll. A Sunday stroll for Miguel Francis of Racers. Just moved away from Shadik Hines. Hines finished second, 21.40. Francis' time was 20.66 seconds. And just striding away, just shut it down though. No effort at all. That's class. If you ever see class, that's class. 20.66 seconds for Francis. Hines is second, 21.40. Third, Malik James King with a season's best of 21.68 seconds. His season's best before today was 21.79. Ron Watson, 22.04 seconds. That closed out the field. Javon White and Mazina Barrett, they did not face the starter. We take a break from the National Stadium.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Feature expedited, now we
Here with Trackalerts TV by clicking the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all our races, interviews, and exclusive content. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.
LRI Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you are vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
My name is Shelly-Ann Fraser, Olympic and world champion. For your latest track and field news, log on to trackalerts.com. Trackalerts.com from start to finish.
Velocity Fest number 10 right here on Track Alert. Let's give you an update on the triple jump, the women's triple jump. Janeek Ricketts, the world champion, silver medalist. She's on form because in her first jump she registered 13.92 meters, her second 13.77, and her third 14.27 meters. That's a world lead. She had a 13.94 season's best before today meet. And personal best 14.98 meters. So a world lead of 14.27 meters in the women's triple jump. Only one competitor. The 110 meter hurdles is the next event on the track. The hurdles are being placed on the track as we speak. Give us some results. The men triple jump comes up. Next field event. The javelin is on in earnest. Devon Spencer, Elvis Graham, Orlando Thomas, and Zavon Richards are the competitors listed for the javelin. 110 meters hurdles. Just one race though. Odaira Phillips should be in lane 3. He's from Pelicans Track Club, has a personal best of 13.66 seconds. In 4, Tyler Mason, unattached, has a personal best of 13.32 seconds. Orlando Bennett from Racers has a personal best of 13.27 seconds. He should be in lane 5. And in lane 6, Michael O'Hara from Legacy Athletics, 13.61 seconds. As I'm looking at the hurdles though, only 4 flight of hurdles being set. So I'm thinking of the 4 competitors facing the starter. There are Phillips, Mason, Bennett, and O'Hara. Janeek Ricketts once again on the runway for the triple jump. She went over 14 meters in her last attempt without a world lead. She's being urged on by the few fans in the National Stadium. That looks like a big one. Red flag goes up though. A red flag goes up. That looked like a big one. But the red flag went up. So the 110 meters hurdles, the next event on track, and then you have the 100 meters hurdles for women, and then the 100 finals for men and women. You have the semifinals to start off proceedings earlier today at 5 o'clock. We gave you some results of the discus earlier on. 2 meet records so far, and both coming from the discus on the men and on the women's side. In fact, in the men's discus, one of the competitor broke the record, and his friend, training partner, and schoolmate took it back. The meet record for the men's discus. The women's discus showcased Shelly-Ann Lawrence a meet record of 62.19 meters. And the men's discus, Frederick Dakers, he took the top spot with a mark of 65.41, which was a meet record. In fact, 64.85 was the meet record before, because Travis Michael had broke the meet record, and with that mark of 64.85 meters, his fourth throw, his series showcase 61.61, 62.26, 63.04, 64.85, 64.65, and 64.09. He broke the meet record with his fourth attempt, 64.85 meters. However, Frederick Dakers' next attempt was right, his fifth, showcased the meet record of 65.41. Dakar series was 63.34, 63.40, 64.45, 63.28. The meet record, coming with his fifth throw, 65.41, and in his final throw, he registered 62.82 meters. So they're making some adjustments with the hurdles. So I don't think it was properly lined. So I don't know if it's going to start on time though, with adjustments being made to the 110 meters hurdles. Every now and again you have a hiccup in a track of the field meet, even the World Championship, the Olympic Games. But the 110 meters hurdles showcasing 4 competitors. Phillips of Pelicans, 13.66. Tyler Mason, formerly of Jamaica College, 13.32. What a standout at the youth level. Orlando Bennett, Racers Track Club, 13.27. And Michael O'Hara from Legacy Athletics, formerly of Calabar, 13.61. Calabar, old boy, the high school he went to. So I'm seeing the adjustment though for the men's 110 meters hurdles. So I'm thinking that it was not placed at the right position, so they're making the adjustments and moving the hurdles in the right position for the 110 meters. So the javelin throw on in earnest. We gave you the lineup for the javelin earlier on. Just 4 in the event. I don't know if any have. They were warming up earlier on. See if any mark has been made. Elvis Graham leads with a meet record, the third meet record, 67.03 meters. Devon Spencer is in second with a personal best of 66.60 meters. Zayvon Richards, third, 64.11 meters. And Orlando Thomas is in fourth, 62.89 meters. So Elvis Graham from GC Foster College has a season's best of 72.06 meters. His personal best is 72.64. Her leads so far, looking only 2 throws so far. The first was the meet record of 67.03. His second throw showcased 64.93 meters. Devon Spencer with a 66.60, which is his personal best. That came in his first throw. His second throw was 61.92 meters. Zayvon Richards, the third so far, 64.11. Fouled the first throw, or the first attempt. 64.11 was his second. Shanika Ricketts is on the runway for the women's triple jump as the hurdles are being positioned. Ricketts hands akimbo. She goes back to the top of her mark for the runway. Zayvon Richards, though, fouled his first attempt. Second is 64.11. So Orlando Thomas. 67.82 meters. As we go back to the triple jump. Shanika Ricketts. Last time, she got a red flag the last time. Another red flag will be shown. She pulled out at the last minute. And she has one more attempt to go. She's the only competitor in the triple jump. So the men's 110 meters hurdles comes up on the track. Phillips, Mason, Bennett, and O'Hara. So all 4 competitors from lanes 3 to 6 are right there, standing behind their respective blocks. Men's 110 meters hurdles. O'Hara, Bennett, Mason, and Phillips. Velocity Fest number 10. athletes going into their respective blocks. The World Challenge. The gun has sent them away. Brilliant start. This by Bennett and Phillips. And Bennett having a slight advantage on the inside. It's Phillips in that second position. But Orlando Bennett moves away from the rest of the field. It's going to be Bennett. He looks across to the clock and stops the clock at 13.62 seconds. In second should be Tyler Mason. Third should be O'Hara. 13.61 seconds for Orlando Bennett, taking the men's 110 meters hurdles. O'Hara finishes second. 13.98 seconds for O'Hara. And in third, Mason. Mason's time is 13.99 seconds. And in fourth should be Odario Phillips. Phillips' time is 14.55 seconds. Bennett gets a top spot, 13.61, ahead of O'Hara as we look back on the replay. With a good start from Phillips and Bennett, they got up well. More so Bennett approaching that first hurdle. It was the first out of the quartet. Was not clean and efficient though, but used his power, and then the speed came to reality. Moved away from Tyler Mason, was second at that point. O'Hara battling on the outside for that second position, and after going over that hurdle, O'Hara was third, but when he reached the finish line, got ahead of the man that formerly formed Jamaica College in Mason to snatch that second position. But no one can contend with the winner, Orlando Bennett, 13.61 seconds. Second, O'Hara, 13.98. Tyler Mason finishes third, 13.99 seconds. And Odario Phillips, 14.55 in that fourth position. A reminder, only 4 competitors for the 110 meters hurdles. Next event on track is the women's 100 meters hurdles. And then it will be the 100 meters final, comes up at 7:50 for the women. And for the men, you have 100 meters final, C, B, and A. So 3 finals for the men's 100 meters, C, B, and A. We had 5 heats on the men's side earlier this afternoon, and 2 heats on the women's side. 100 meters hurdles, the next event on the track. Not to forget, though, that Carifta game comes up in a few weeks' time, April 16 to 18 to be exact. So 14 days to go. Will Foster be there?
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on.
LRI Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you are vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Stay with Trackalerts TV by clicking the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all our races, interviews, and exclusive content. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Hi, my name is Shelly-Ann Fraser, Olympic and World Champion. For your latest track and field news, log on to trackalerts.com. Trackalerts.com from start to finish.
So the next event on track is the women's 100 meters hurdles. Two competitors in Asafa Thompson and Crystal Morrison. Asafa Thompson is in lane 2 and Crystal Morrison in, actually Asafa Thompson 3 and Crystal Morrison in lane 5. Gonna set them away. Crystal Morrison already has taken the lead. She's moving away from Asafa Thompson. It's all about Crystal Morrison, national youth representative, cruises and takes the top spot in the women's 100 meters hurdles. 13.30 seconds. Looking snappy though, has been missing in action for the last year or not. 13.29 seconds for Crystal Morrison. Went to San Diego, national junior representative. Shows up, thinks it's one of her first races this season in the 100 meters hurdles. And last race she lined up, she got a red card and did not actually compete. So it's good to see her back on the track, Crystal Morrison, after being missing for some time. 13.29 seconds, Morrison. Thompson is second, 14.25 seconds. Crystal Morrison is a young athlete. That's her personal best. 13.29 is her personal best. Crystal Morrison's personal best of 13.29. Wow. Wow. Asafa Thompson, 14.25. And it wasn't necessarily the smoothest race for her. She had it all under control, though, to be honest. You look back on the race for Crystal Morrison. Cruising along, though. Landed off balance after the fourth hurdle. But she came into her own, and she knew she was all alone, and she cruised across the line, taking the top spot.
LRI Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you are vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast.
The women's 100 meters final on the cards. We had the semifinals earlier on this afternoon. Now it's time for the big shebang on the women's side. Crystal Slowly in lane 2, but before we go to that, let's go to Tonya Lindsay, GC Foster College in 1. 12.51 seconds was her qualifying time. Crystal Slowly from MVP in lane 2, her qualifying time was 12.35 seconds. In lane 3, Ramona Burchell with a qualifying time of 11.68 seconds. She sits pretty as the fastest to advance through to the final. Shakura Wallace of MVP is in 4, 11.76 seconds. That was her qualifying time. Kashika Cameron of MVP is in lane 5. Had a qualifying time of 11.94 seconds. Sasha Lee Forbes in lane 6, 11.82 seconds. That was her qualifying time. Drew Levy is in 7 with a qualifying time of 12.11 seconds. And Jodine Williams of Racers qualified with a time of 12.04 seconds. So you have to look in lane 3 with Ramona Burchell, look the form athlete going into the final. However, everyone saved. Let's see what they will actually do on the track in this women's 100 meters final. Athletes standing behind their blocks, now being instructed to go into their blocks for the start of the final. Lindsay, Slowly, Burchell, Wallace, Cameron, Forbes, and Levy. Burchell settles. Cameron in lane 5. She looks pretty comfortable. Beside her, Sasha Lee Forbes in 6. Wallace and Gunn had sent them away. Brilliant start this from Shakura Wallace in lane 4. Shakura Wallace moved away from Ramona Burchell. Shakura Wallace will take the women's 100 meters. 11.16 seconds for Shakura Wallace. Oh my word, we spoke about her last year. That should be her personal best. 11.15 seconds for Shakura Wallace. We spoke about her earlier this morning. Forbes is second, 11.21 seconds. And in third is Burchell, 11.33. We spoke about her. She went in the track of the field in her 20s. Yes, she is a late bloomer. She took up track of the field in her 20s. Now she's gone on to 11.15 seconds for Shakura Wallace. Her personal best was 11.18. If the wind, I think it's negative 0.30. So that is her personal best for Shakura Wallace. Oh, we spoke about her last year. And let's see what she has to offer this year. We look back on the race. She got a brilliant start on her outside of Wallace was Cameron. But then after 40 meters, she moved away from Cameron and moved away from Burchell on her inside. And suddenly took over with about 30 meters to go, striding away to take the top spot. She was in the heat with Burchell earlier on. but certainly and coming through on the outside was Sasha Lee Forbes.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast.
Remember that name, Shakura Wallace. Remember the name, Shakura Wallace. I looked out for her last year, saw massive improvement from this lady last year. New to track at the field. She is in her mid to late 20s. She's a happy young lady as she skips across. But this lady has improved immensely. She did that last year, and I think she's going to improve even more. Our coverage is brought to you by 7Crave. Save on gas and avoid restaurant lines. Download 7Crave. We got you covered in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Portmore. Get food delivery with priority from our partners, KFC, Wendy's, Dragon Court, and so much more. Next event on the track is Section C of the men's 100 meters, the final of Section C. It is Section C, though, as Antonio Watson, Emmanuel Archibald, Zarnell Hughes, Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake, Yohan Blake, Kedron Golson, and Jazeel Murphy. Are they going with C before A? Well, that's what we have here. The next event is C. And that's what we have for Section C. Section B, we showcase Wazeem Williams, Mazino Barrett, Javon Minzy, Ashani Smith, Sanjay Salmon, Michael Campbell, Jordan James, and Odeid McPherson. And Section A, the final track event on the day. Javon Rawlins, Earl Simmons in 2, Davian Clark in 3, Washington Brown in 4, Darian Kazmis Garrett in 5, Malik Shepard in 6, Chaddick Hines in 7, Dexter Lee in lane 8. So, C, B, and A. I'm looking on the men's 100 meters now. A little bit behind time, but not too far behind time. The javelin is still going on as we just witnessed the women's 100 meters. Final, won by Shakura Wallace with a personal best. So the women's 100 meters, Shakura Wallace, a personal best, 11.15 seconds. Sasha Lee Forbes, second, 11.2, won a season's best. Ramona Burchell, 11.33 seconds, was third. Kashika Cameron was fourth with a season's best of 11.45 seconds. Jodine Williams was fifth, 11.61 seconds. Jewel Levy was sixth, 11.69 seconds. Crystal Slowly was seventh with a season's best of 11.76. And Tony Ann Lindsay was eighth with a time of 12.14 seconds. So the men's 100 meters final, C, is a hot one. Antonio Watson with a qualifying time of 10.49 seconds is in 1. Emmanuel Archibald with a qualifying time of 10.49 is in 2. Zarnell Hughes, qualifying mark of 10.50 is in 3. Oblique Seville with a qualifying time of 10.23 seconds is in 4. Akeem Blake with a qualifying time of 10.43 in 5. Yohan Blake in 6, 10.57 seconds. Kadrian Goldson from GC Foster College with a qualifying time of 10.65 in 7. And Jazeel Murphy from Titans in lane 8 with a qualifying time of 10.47 seconds. That's the men's 100 meters. This is going to be a cracker. Antonio Watson has a personal best of 10.21. Archibald's personal best, 10.22. Hughes' personal best is 9.91 seconds. Season's best of 10.15. Seville's personal best is 10.04 seconds. Blake, that's Akeem Blake personal best of 10.13, which is his season's best. Yohan Blake personal best, 10.69 seconds. And Kadrian Goldson's personal best of 10.19, which is his season's best, and Jazeel Murphy personal best of 10.17, while his season's best is 10.24 seconds. The men's 100 meters, this is section C final. Men are standing behind their blocks. It's 100 meters final. This is a cracker. Watson, who loves to finish fast. Archibald. Hughes in 3. Seville in 4. Blake in 5. Blake again in 6. And Goldson in 7. Not to forget Jazeel Murphy in lane 8. Well, he's missing in action, Murphy, not facing the starter. Athletes on their marks. In the set position, God has sent them away. Oblique Seville gets up well, and it's also Yohan Blake trying to batter back. Oh, they're going well. Oblique Seville trying to hold off Zarnell Hughes. Oblique Seville gets the head of Zarnell Hughes. 10.08 seconds for Oblique Seville ahead of Zarnell Hughes. Oh, 1-2 finish for racers in the men's 100 meters. This is a C final. Seville ahead of Zarnell Hughes. 10.06 seconds for Oblique Seville. That should be a season's best for Oblique Seville. And Zarnell Hughes is second, 10.10 seconds. Goldson is third, 10.22 seconds. Men's 100 meters. And 10.06, 10.10, 10.22 for Seville, Hughes, and Goldson. Seville taking section C of the men's 100 meters. Blake in fourth, 10.25 seconds. And we get confirmation. And Blake is in fifth, 10.26. And we look back on the race, though. Seville got an excellent start, so too. On the outside, Blake got an excellent start in his drive phase, but Seville took over the race after about 50 meters and moved away. Zarnell Hughes, though, was lurking behind, right behind, trying to overhaul the winner, but could not do that as he held him off. That's Oblique Seville taking the top spot in the men's 100 meters. This is section C, though. This is the final. They ran earlier in the semifinals. Just looking back at the race, Oblique Seville was not bothered at all when he heard the steps. He saw the steps of Zarnell Hughes. So just to give you the official results of section C of the men's 100 meters, Oblique Seville taking the top spot with a season's best of 10.06 seconds. Zarnell Hughes was second. Both are from racers with a season's best of 10.10 seconds. In third, you have Kadrian Goldson from GC Foster College, had a time of 10.22 seconds. Yohan Blake was fourth with a time of 10.25 seconds. In fifth, Akeem Blake was fifth, 10.26 seconds. In sixth, Emmanuel Archibald had a time of 10.32 seconds. In seventh, Antonio Watson finished in that position, 10.33 seconds. And Jazeel Murphy did not face the starter. Seventh faced the starter of section C of the men's 100 meters. Next event on track, section B, which showcases Usain Williams in lane 1. 10.87 was his qualifying mark. Mazina Barrett from UW is in 2, 10.88 seconds. Williams, who is in lane 1, is from Elite Performance. Now Titans, Javon Minzy is in lane 3, 10.72 seconds. Ashani Smith of Racers is in 4, 10.76. In 5, Sanjay Salmon, unattached, 10.83 seconds. In 6, Michael Campbell, 10.64 seconds. In 7, Jordan James, 10.87 seconds. And Dane McPherson should be in lane 8. He's from GC Foster College, 10.84. That was his qualifying time to Section B's final. Jordan James, unattached. Michael Campbell from MVP. Sanjay Salmon, unattached for this penultimate men's 100 meters. Javelin still going on in earnest. Give us some results after this race. What a race we had. What a cracker of a race, won by Oblique Seville with a season's best. Many persons are predicting that he will go under 10 seconds. Still a youngster. Will go under 10 seconds this season. How far, we don't know just as yet. Glenn Mills is his coach. Has a lot of confidence in the young man. Only time will tell if he will deliver. Athletes been asked to go into their respective blocks for Section B, men's 100 meters. Smith, Salmon, Campbell, Williams, Barrett, Minzy, James, and McPherson. Athletes on their marks. Gunn has sent them away. Good start this former Sanjay Salmon is moving well. It's on the outside of Sanjay Salmon is Michael Campbell, and moving through now to take the top spot is certainly Michael Campbell, 10.31 seconds. 10.31 for Michael Campbell. That's a flash time. And Michael Campbell, 10.29 seconds from MVP, taking the top spot. Moved away from the rest of the field after about 70 meters. Michael Campbell, 10.29 seconds for Michael Campbell. McPherson finishes second, 10.37 seconds. And in third, we'll tell you in a very short while, Smith, 10.43 seconds. The top three in Section B, the men's 100 meters. Ashani Smith in that third position. Salmon fourth, 10.49. James fifth. We'll give you James time in a very short while. James, 10.57. And Barrett sixth, 10.58. Williams seventh, 10.76 seconds. So, certainly Michael Campbell of MVP, young man formerly of Jamaica College, was blossoming at one point at MVP, but something unfortunate happened and has restricted his growth somewhat in track and the field. Now he's back on the rail, he's back on improving. In terms of Michael Campbell, at a personal best of 10.07. The official result for Section B of the men's 100 meters final, Michael Campbell of MVP taking the top spot with a time of 10.29 seconds. Dane McPherson of GC Foster College was second, 10.37 with a season's best. In third, Ashani Smith of Racers had a time of 10.43 seconds. In fourth, Sanjay Salmon, unattached, with a personal best of 10.49 seconds. In fifth, Jordan James had a personal best of 10.57. Jordan James unattached. Mazino Barrett in sixth, 10.58 seconds. That was a season's best. Mazine Williams was seventh with a season's best of 10.76 seconds. And Javon Minzy was eighth, 11.26 seconds. That's unfortunate for Javon Minzy, though, to be honest. As we go into the final track event on the day, Javon Rawlins should be in one. Earl Simmons from GC Foster in 2. Both are from GC Foster. David Clark from Cameron Blazers in 3. Washington Brown of GC Foster College in 4. And no one in 5. And Malik Shepard, Mount Elite in 6. And in lane 8, you have Dexter Lee. Lanes 1 to 4, 6 and 8. So 6 facing the starter. Athletes on their marks. The final heat of the men's 100 meters final. Getting up well was Rollins. Now in the lane number 4, Washington Brown, but moves ahead is Davian Clark. Takes the full control. It's Davian Clark just ahead of Washington Brown on the outside. Dexter Lee finishes in 3rd. 10.47 seconds. That's a flash time. This for the man in lane 4, Davian Clark. 10.50 is the official time for Clark. And in 2nd should be Washington Brown, though it was close between Brown and Dexter Lee on the outside. Don't know if Dexter Lee came through. Lee came through to pip him on the line. 10.57 seconds for Dexter Lee. And Washington Brown finishes in 3rd. 10.57 seconds. So that's the top 3 in the section A of the men's 100 meters. Rollins is 4th, 10.84. And Shepard is in 5th position. But Clark, Davian, takes the top spot in the men's 100 meters. This is section C. Before we step out of here, we'll give you the results of the javelin, last end results of the javelin as they roll up respective tape of the field, and give you the official results from the 100 meters as it is posted. For the javelin, we see just finished. So the track events are completed. Let's see if we can get to the javelin in a very short while. We gave you about the discus throw, which was a meet record by Frederick Dakers on the men's side. A meet record on the women's side also. Orlando Thomas, a meet record, taking the top spot in the javelin with a result of 70.27 meters. Elvis Graham from GC Foster College was 2nd, 70.24 meters. Devon Spencer, unattached, was 3rd with a personal best of 66.60 meters. And Zavon Richards, unattached, also was 4th, 65.55 meters. So 3 meet records in the field. The Orlando Thomas, 70.27. Checking the triple jump. Let's look back on the 100 meters section C, which was won by Oblique Seville. So what a meet we had today, though. We lost the first number 10. Let's give you the final results here in the 100 meters. Section A, Davian Clark ran a personal best of 10.50 seconds to take the top spot. Dexter Lee was 2nd, 10.57 seconds. 3rd was Washington Brown of GC Foster College, 10.57. Javon Rollins was 4th, 10.84 seconds with a season's best. Malik Shepard of Mount Elite was 5th, 10.89 seconds. Earl Simmons of GC Foster College was 6th, 11.23. And Shadik Hines and Darian Kazmis-Skerritt did not face the starter in Section A of the men's 100 meters. So certainly we have to say the triple jump is still on in earnest, though. The men's triple jump is going on. I don't know if it's completed just yet, though. But the women only had 1 competitor. And let's see. On the triple jump. And we don't see anyone on the runway just as yet for the men's triple jump. And persons are moving from the tent. And the clock is turned off, so that has been completed. So we're checking if we can give you the official results for the triple jump. The women took center stage. The men triple jump was won by Tevin Dunn with 15.78 meters. Aubrey Allen of Legacy Athletics Both are from Legacy Athletics, had a mark of 14.67, and Adrian Riley of Ricketts Performance did not start. So I have to big up everyone who made this broadcast possible, especially the coverage which was brought to you by 7 Crave. Save on gas and avoid restaurant lines. Download 7 Crave. We got you covered in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Portmore. Get food delivery with priority from our partners KFC, Wendy's, Dragon Court, and so much more. On behalf of the entire team, it was great to bring you Velocity Fest number 10. We'll be back for Velocity Fest number 11. I'm Sean Grant.
Medical Lab, the COVID testing specialist. Meet our team. Our medical director, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, treated the first COVID patient at the Kingston Public Hospital. And our Dr. Rachel Irving, a biochemist and professor of biochemistry and a COVID testing specialist. Myself, MD and clinical psychologist, Dr. Ivana Thomas, COVID trauma and recovery psychologist. Meet one of our new generations of medical technologists, Shanette. Do you need COVID testing? We perform antigen, PCR, and the antibody testing. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, LRI Medical Lab can see if you have enough natural immunity or vaccine immunity to attend the Carifta Games, Champs, or any other sporting or entertainment event. Call us today. We're here to serve you.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast.
Stay with Trackalerts TV by clicking the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all our races, interviews, and exclusive content. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.